My girlfriend 25 female of 6 years dumped me 26 male at the start of quarantine lockdown. Had 2 rebounds within 1 month. Came back after 1.5 months. Confessed everything. However, I've cheated in the past and I came clean about it in out effort to work on things. Advice needed. I've been with my girlfriend for 6 years. Since I was 19 and I'm 26 now. All in all, I'm happy with her. We have a great relationship and I love her very much. We've been through a lot and in some ways have grown up together. We both clearly love each other very much and see a beautiful future together. I love her and she loves me. We've had arguments and fights over the years. But we were always able to work past things. When our city shut down because of quarantine, things started getting tricky. She has a history of being quite mean when she gets mad. She has a knack for saying very petty and hurtful things to people close to her when there is an issue. She has a very sharp tongue to say the least. The first week of lockdown is when everything started to fall apart. I viewed the period of the world being shut down as a time to focus heavily on self-improvement. I started working on music a lot. I have a recording studio in my house. I was stressed out about financial issues. I used working on music to cope with everything and kinda escape from what was going on. I will admit, I did become a bit more distant than I normally would be with my girlfriend during the first week of quarantine. I normally drive 30 minutes to her house to hang out with her 2-3 times a week, and have been doing so for our whole relationship basically. Generally speaking, I'm the one that puts more effort into making sure we actually hang out. I do not have a problem with doing that. I just wanted to point that out because it's an important detail. I'm not a tit for tat kind of person. I wasn't keeping score. During the first week of lockdown, I did not come to her house. However, I did make it crystal clear I was at home working on music though. It's not like there was any mystery as to where I'm at and what I'm doing. She started getting worked up over me not being attentive enough. She started acting more and more acerbic as the week progressed. Mind you, I already explained to her as I was pursuing personal projects at the time. Me working on music is not a new thing in our relationship, and I've been doing that for years as well. Her attitude towards me started to push me away, because I felt like I didn't deserve to be in her bad graces. When she has stuff she's working on, I give her the space to do whatever she needs to do. It annoyed me that she was trying to turn the situation into something more than what it was. She easily could have came to my house the same way I always come to her. I never made it seem like I didn't want to see her. I just let it be known that, hey, I'm working on music right now. That's my main focus at the moment. Towards the end of the week she starts getting more and more venomous with the stuff she is saying to me. She said a lot of things. But I'll sum up the most important points. She said being with me for the past 6 years was a mistake. She has other guys in her messages. She wonders why she's even with me at this point and that I'll be single soon. I'm pretty irritated by those statements. My feelings were hurt. But I know she can get carried away with her emotions at times. We hang out the next day. We have amazing sex. Spend the whole day together and have a pretty good time overall. I make it pretty clear that I'm still upset about what she said and we still need to talk about it later. The day after we hang out, she dumps me. She calls me and is angry I didn't call her back when I said I would. Which is true. She starts going up about how I never do what I say I'm going to do. She then tells me one of her friends said that I texted them. Which is also true. The girl I texted was my girlfriend's former best friend. She used to date one of my friends and we would all go on double dates. We caught up and she was telling me she's married now. Has a kid. Etc. It was in no way Zool or gonna go somewhere it wasn't supposed to go. The same day my girlfriend caught me talking to her. I texted her asking how her family is holding up through COVID-19. I swear that was it. However, I had been caught talking to other girls I wasn't supposed to be twice before during our relationship and I knew better. I absolutely should not have texted that girl and deep down I know it. I forgot that I told my girlfriend I wouldn't text the girl and mindlessly sent the message. Even though I didn't have any ill intentions. I was dead wrong for doing that. My girlfriend felt this girl has feelings for me. That's why it was a sore spot. I was kinda shocked she found out, to be honest, because I didn't even say any inappropriate that would make the girl go run and tell my girlfriend. This whole situation is weird on so many levels. Anyway, she dumps me and I feel weird about the whole thing. I feel like I got set up somehow. Just wasn't adding up. We don't talk for maybe 3 days, and then I go talk to her. Face to face. A lot of things were said and it ended with us not talking for 1.5 months. We weren't able to resolve anything because we were both too immature and angry. We don't really talk for 1.5 months. My girlfriend reached out multiple times over this time period, and I didn't respond to her. I thought we were really done because I was so angry about the things she said. I lost some weight and made some great music over that time period. I kept myself busy with self-improvement. My girlfriend texts me after 1.5 months and says, "I'm outside your house, and I really need to talk to you." We go for a ride and start to catch up. Everything was cool. It was obvious how strong our feelings for each other still were. We had a heart-to-heart conversation. I asked my girlfriend if she has been having rebound ex. Her facial expression gave her away. She went on to tell me she had ex with 2 guys and went on many Tinder dates during our time apart. During the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, she had ex with the first guy 5 times and the second guy 2 times. This stung my heart. But I really respected the honesty. It hurts to know your baby girl has been out in the streets. Even though we weren't together at the time, I still pretty much felt violated. I kept it cool and did not freak out. It is what it is. It hurt. But oh well. When we were finished talking, we went our separate ways. She texted me later that night asking if I think we could work on things. I said, "No. It's over." I didn't mean it. I was just hurt. She FaceTimed me the next morning, and next thing you know, she's in my bed, and we're having passionate makeup sex. Sparks flying. It didn't feel quite the same though afterwards, and we left feeling kinda weird. She came back the next day. The same thing happened. Except the awkwardness was gone and we decided we would get back together to work on things. We were excited about the future, but we clearly understood we weren't in the clear yet. I'm not proud to say it, but I cheated on my girlfriend 3 years ago when we were in a long-distance relationship for 1 year. I had protected ex with 1 girl 3 times and got head from 2 other girls. I know this is terrible. No excuse for this behavior. I never told her because I knew it was a really stupid thing to do and that it didn't mean anything to me. Deep down, I knew I would never do anything like that again, so I never spoke on what happened. I felt like I had to come clean because she came clean to me. To make things even worse, she had her suspicions. She has asked me did anything happen when we were long distance at least 10 times, and I've been lying to her since then. I don't feel like it's fair to keep secrets from people once they show you what caliber of person they are. I felt like I had to tell her. It's not fair for her to be honest with me, and I continue to lie to her. I feel like that's the type of stuff people go to hell for. I know a lot of people are gonna say I'm an idiot. But I just went ahead and told her everything. I told her I cheated on her in the past when we were long distance for 1 year. The cheating happened 2 or 3 years ago. I just went ahead and put everything out on the table. She is pissed, to say the least. I can tell she's very hurt, and I'm deeply sorry for the pain I'm causing her. There was no way I was ever gonna get caught for doing that, so I really just wanted to let her know the truth. I told her everything because she deserves to know what happened and be able to make the choice on if she'll give me another chance. I understand that I'm still a bad person for what I did. The relationship was gonna be really weird moving forward anyway. So I just wanted to lay everything out and see what happens. She said she's heartbroken. I saw her earlier today and she said there is no way we could ever work. She said she can't do this to herself. I now know more than ever that this is the girl I want to be with though. I know I would never cheat again, and I believe I could trust her with my life. Does anyone have any advice on what I could do to get her back? I have no idea how I should proceed. She told me she needs her space. Me giving her too much space lead to her having ex with a couple other guys last time. So I'd rather not take that route. That may be selfish of me to say, but I don't think that will help us. Feel free to judge me all you want. But more than anything, I really need some advice on what I can do to get my girlfriend back. I believe she is my soulmate and I really don't want to lose her. I know I'll never meet another girl like her again. I just want her to at least give me a shot at fixing things. Has anyone been through something similar? Any advice at all would be appreciated. TLDR. Girlfriend of 6 years dumped me. Had rebound ex with 2 guys within 1 month. Came back to me. Tells me what she did. We have makeup ex and get back together. I then confess to her I have cheated on the past. We break up again. I really want her back. What should I do? I am really sorry you're going through this. But not only do I think you should not get back with her, but I really don't think she's going to get back with you. Your relationship is toxic. She dumped you after being focused on your hobby for a short period and immediately found some folks to have sex with. And she verbally overwhelms you when she doesn't get her way. You cheated on her with not 1, not 2, but 3 different women. And then you lied about it. For years. Both of you suck. And both of you are bad for each other. I suggest working more on your hobby and focusing on yourself. Because that relationship isn't going anywhere good. It's not that either of you are bad peoples or anything. It's just like I keep saying over and over. When you're in your teens and even early 20s, the vast majority of people are not emotionally mature enough to be in a serious relationship. The relationship itself seems very chaotic, with lots of yelling and fighting and obviously infidelity. I wouldn't be surprised if she cheated on you during long distance, because she asked you so many times about it like she had a guilty conscience, and the fact she so quickly slept with other men after your breakup. She seems to need lots of maintenance, and you seem to only want her badly now that she said she doesn't want you. I think the quarantine and time alone is the best thing for you right now to focus on yourself. Do you really want to be with someone who sleeps around with other men during the time of disease? Why expose yourself? Which you already did like a crazed animal, lol. Yeah. You're right. I think my emotions are just running really high. I am sure it's clouding my judgment. I'm stuck trying to figure out if I should keep trying to win her back, or if I should just focus on myself and not really talk to her. She knows I want to try to work on things. But she said she'll never get back with me again, and that we now have no relationship. Keep in mind, it's been 2 days since I told her. This whole ordeal has been nuts. Second story. He cheated on me. My husband met his ex-girlfriend their first day of high school, and they started dating almost immediately. She got pregnant at 15. They stayed together for years. She broke up with him because she wanted to experience other things after college. I met him when he was 26, and he had not dated anyone seriously since her. At first, I thought it was just going to be a rebound situation. But things got heavy really quickly. We got married last January, and I recently found out he had sex with her the night of his bachelor party October 2019 and the night before our wedding. He was 30 minutes late to the ceremony because he was with her. He lied to me and his friends covered for him too. I don't know if they know he was sleeping with her or not. The real kicker. He's been sleeping with her since July. So 6 months after we got married. I only found out all this information because she's pregnant. He was kind enough to wait until she was 3 months along because he didn't want to hurt me. I am at a total loss for words. I feel so stupid and used. I don't understand why he married me if he wanted her. I don't understand why she befriended me, but was sleeping with my husband. I don't understand why he didn't have the common decency to use a condom, but never forgets to use one when we have sex. Not that we have sex all that often anymore. I feel sick to my stomach when I think about all this. Don't worry. I don't want to try and work it out. Not that that was an option he suggested. I know he won't change and this is something he wanted and sought out. I could have forgiven him cheating on me with anyone. But her. Let's change the perspective here for a minute. Your husband didn't just happen to fall into this woman's private part and get her pregnant. He did it on purpose. He knew it was going to hurt you in exactly the way it has, and he did it anyway. He didn't care. How sick is that? You certainly wouldn't hurt someone you loved on purpose. Would you? Hell. You wouldn't hurt anyone on purpose. Yet. Here he is. A coward who couldn't come forward after he first ducked her. A man who claimed he loved you. A man who supposedly committed to a lifetime with you. On purpose. With knowledge of the pain he was inducing. Still did it. I hope that changes how you feel about him as a person. If not a husband. This isn't a reflection on you. It's a reflection on him. His deceit should not change how you feel about yourself. But how you feel about your husband? Your feelings are valid and I understand them completely. It's how we feel when we are blindsided the way you were. In fact, those feelings of embarrassment and humiliation are normal. But they are misplaced. You aren't the one who should feel stupid. That's for him. And you aren't the one who was used. That's for her. It's the way you are feeling that is keeping you from reaching out to the people who can help you most. The discovery of infidelity can cause PTSD. As soon as you are able, get in to see a professional for an assessment and possible therapy. Good luck and be strong. Be still for a minute and let the love from a stranger across the internet wash over you. Here's a hug too. I know everything you're saying is right, and he knew she would be the one person I couldn't get over because of their past. It was the ultimate betrayal. But I am trying to work on changing my mindset. Easier said than done. I hate them both so much. You are a victim of two sick people. I can't express enough that you are not at all at fault, and that this could happen to anyone. Don't let these sickos shape your life. Make sure you know that they were wrong, and that you were a good person throughout. Third story. Confused to the max. To keep things simple, I was a rebound for a girl whose ex cheated on her. We met last summer, and she was totally awesome. At the time. At least. She just graduated college, and I had a semester left to go. So kept things causal. For the second date, I was invited to a Halloween party. But I had to decline due to an internship issue. She gave me the warning that her ex would probably be there. And that punches would be thrown. Everything seemed to go fine. But then she told me a week later that he said he wanted to get back together typical, and she responded with the let's be friends thing. A couple more weeks go by. And she still has his number and whatnot. She found out that he really cheated on her with 5 different women while she was an hour away in college. Now, to me that says he clearly doesn't love or respect her. For him to never tell her meaning no regret. Some more time went by. She went silent. And then the new year hit, and that's when I got the text. It was only a couple dates between us. And I unfortunately got attached too quickly. But I didn't expect her to take an overwhelming ex back, but oh well. I am just curious why a person would go back to such a toxic lifestyle. You settle down and have kids with someone clearly not fully committed or honest with you. Likely they will be overwhelmed and neglected as well. Is pure emotions and traumatic experiences just that powerful? There's all sorts of reasons. Poor self-esteem, insecure, delusional, wanting to see the good in others. The reality is we may never know why people do this, but the thing to remember is ultimately it's their lives and their choice to do it. Also, some people are very immature and addicted to drama. They think that drama equal love, while stability equal lack of passion plus boringness. Hit like if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing to our channel.